Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, I've been playing this game, I don't know, in about an hour in the boots. Times 2 to 4 hours. I don't know, I'm disabled with cardiomyopathy. My heart's swollen the size of a grapefruit. My left anterior descending artery has closure, and my left ventricle has severe dysfunction. I'm getting sick of saying this. I don't know if I want to keep giving this speech because I feel like part of my success has been ignoring it, and because I've outlived the prognosis. Back in 2019, Cleveland Clinic told me that they felt I would live a year with my heart condition. Uh, my more close doctor here in Pittsburgh said, who knows? He said, maybe you could go on 20 years with a heart like that, with if you continue the medication and stability and low stress, medication, healthier diet with celery, spinach, cucumbers, a mainstay in my diet. And so, because I eat very healthy to keep my heart going, so I appreciate subscription. If you happen to be watching this, if you could subscribe, the subscribe helps a lot. I hate watching videos when people say that, but you have to say it or people don't subscribe. You know, I have like 50,000 viewers on the one video and 400 subscribers. You know, so it's like, they don't subscribe, but if you could subscribe, it does help. It's free. I don't know why people don't hit that button. And you like the video, it does help. Leave a comment, nice flashing lights or something, you know. It's very helpful. I've got tons of other videos. I'm just starting to be more of a serious streamer. I want to stream more concerts. I've got a lot of concert footage, some good stuff of the Rolling Stones, nice guerrilla videos, nice slideshows that I made. And more recently, video game Legend of Zelda I completed. So you can follow me. I've God of War on the horizon, Tales of Arise I'm in the middle of, but I stopped for this game because it's more popular and it's wanted at the library. There's no waiting list for Tales of Arise. Plus, Tales of Arise is on the PlayStation Store, so this game won't go on the store for another 2 years or a year. So. God of War was briefly out there, but they took it off the newer one. It's still selling, so God of War Ragnarok will get back into too. I started that. This is a great game, Final Fantasy VII. It's a remake of the original PlayStation 1 game, or 2, whatever PlayStation 2 game. What was it on? The original Final Fantasy VII game from 1988. The original game was like, what, between 40 and 80 hours long. I never completed it, or I might have completed it, I can't remember. I got very, very deep into it, and I remember it very well and fondly, running back and forth up and down those ladders and everything. But this game, this isn't so much a remake. A lot of people were like, they don't know how they feel about remaking it. How do you remake Star Wars? Everyone loves Star Wars. Remaking something that was great, everyone loved it. They said, well, this isn't so much a remake as a rebirth, as they didn't have the technology, just that the game that they were told was already long enough with 4 discs, being unusual back then to have 4 discs that you load up for games back then. It was unusual. So, and added to the appeal of an 80-hour-long game, you know. So the new game is like 240 hours. They like tripling the size of the game because now they have the technology to make the game more 3D animated and also flesh out the story a lot more. So they said this is the game how they originally intended it. Now so far, without even starting the game, I'm about 40. They told me, the game tells me that I'm 49, 50% through the game. It does feel that way. The games are normally like 22 chapters. I don't know how many chapters this game is. I haven't looked into the future spoilers, so I'm assuming I'm about halfway through. It feels halfway through, uh, with the story being we're searching for. We beat Sephiroth in the first game, but he like escaped, and now Cloud's like having mind fuck. Like he's becoming one of the chasing Sephiroth's ghosts. Sephiroth's followers are like zombies that wander around going, "Arr!" And Cloud's turning into one of them. So we're trying to find Sephiroth. Assuming he's still alive, he keeps it's like this mystery that keeps popping in and out everywhere. And then there's main bosses along the way. We had a Barrett side quest, we had a Red side quest. Side quest? It's been a long game, but the part of the game I kind of dislike, they incorporated it in the beginning of the game, and they make you feel like it's going to be like Genshin Impact, where you're just wandering around the map and getting it. Genshin's a cool game. It's like an app game. It's a good game, but it's like an app game, and it's like a fragment of something like this. And at first, I thought, well, this is going to be like, or even Assassin's Creed, even Zelda. They're all the same. You're just moving around the map, open up the tower, and I thought, oh no, not this too, E2, but they quickly kind of like, it's like in every other kind of level thing where like the one level is, yes it is kind of going around the map. Go straight to the story, move forward, but then like the boss is harder, so you can like level up a little bit. But so you don't. I left like half of it undone because I have to return this game to the library, so I didn't go get every tower and every. Fortunately, you don't have to, and I do. I beat Ghost of Tsushima, not streaming, but I did beat Ghost of Tsushima, and I got very bored with it quickly. I love the game. I love Ghost of Tsushima's battling, but the problem with Ghost of Tsushima was that it got to be very repetitive. It was like the same 5 enemies. I liked that they had 5 different enemies, but it was like the same exact 5 enemies, cut and paste, like 2,000 times. And so the first 25 times I liked it. After fighting them like 200 times, I was like bored with it already. Then you have to fight the same 5 enemies 2,000 times. And it's just like side quests, and to me they just cut and paste the same thing all over the map. The programming standpoint, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, this was great the first time. The 2000th time, I'm bored. So I like have to stick to the main quest. If you stick to the main quest, then it's cool on Ghost of Tsushima because then it stays interesting to me. Then the bosses are way difficult too. Because you do the battles, say you beat the town, and then you go to the boss, and the bosses are 20 times harder. So I got to like lower that. Star Wars does that too, and I've got to lower the difficulty with the bosses because otherwise I'm doing there for 3 days and not beating it. So I don't know. I guess I'm not good at dodge. If you have to dodge too much, that's why I quit Nio too. Because if I have to dodge 20 times and take 1 hit, my patience runs out. And I'm not a good blocker either. I do kind of like. I've never been that great at parrying. You can dodge like in God of War, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit. But in Nio, it was like literally dodge like 6 times and hit once, and I got bored with that. And I did finally complete Ghost of Tsushima, and it's good if you stick to the main story because then it stays interesting. And the graphics are great. But the side quests get to be too repetitive. I guess the side quests are for people that like never get bored with the battles. I loved the battles, but I got bored with them because it was like the same thing over and over. And anyway, a lot of these games these days are just like an open map and you can fill out the map. And I wish Zelda didn't do that. I was hoping Zelda would be more item based and quest based, where like you have to go to the Route 2 area. Like now it's like to go fill out the tower. The reason you go, this kind of pisses me off. The reason you go to the area is there's a tower there. And it's fucking stupid. Like, it should be like in the old days. It was because you had to get the princess. You were like on a quest. It wasn't like here's the map. Go fill out the map. It feels like I'm playing a game. Like it feels like I'm playing like an annoying game of fill out the map. You know, and it happens to be Zelda. They should have called it Zelda Fill Out the Map. Because look, you can go straight to the boss. So what else is there to do? Fill out the map. You know, get better items. You know, get a bunch of hearts. So you can, so you basically have to fill out this map. And then it becomes like a tedious game. Now the original game, and this pisses me off, man. The original game, you wake up. I mean, and I wake up with Navi and buy the game around Christmas time, and it feels magical. And you're led by your nose, you know. And then you go out into the greater world, and there's the field, and it feels like an adventure. And you're going because you need the horse, and you're going because you need the. You go to the right, you can't go to the right because you need to move the boulder. You need the item. Have to go get the item over here. So you're led by your nose, and you're like led by the actions of the game and the story. It's not like there's a tower over there, go pull it out. Go to that tower, go to this tower, go to that tower. And I mean, by the same token, Twilight Princess led you too much. Twilight Princess was too much of a rehab of Ocarina of Time. It's like a bigger Ocarina of Time with an annoying Twilight sky. So I wasn't a big fan of Twilight Princess either. I liked Majora's Mask. To me, that was an interesting game mechanic. The 24 hours, you have to get it done in 24 hours at any time. Then you have to do it in the day and night. Day and night. It was very challenging. But again, it was led by the game itself. It wasn't led by go get a tower. So these new Zeldas, I'm not the biggest fan of. Everyone else loves them. Unfortunately, the love of the game is going to they're going to be stuck on this trend for a while. Unfortunately for me, I like the music. I like the characters. I do enjoy the game and I like the interaction in the game. To me, they skimped on the dungeons very terribly. I wish those Legend of Zelda developers would listen to me. They skimped on the towers terribly. Instead of a classic dungeon like in Ocarina of Time. That's the other thing. The Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, it was always like a map that was kind of cool to navigate, but the real game was the dungeons. You go into the dungeons and they're deep, dark puzzle maps. And like each one is unique and different, and you need to get quest items to complete. Now you go to the Fire Temple, and it's you're like paracouring, and there's like two to four shrines, and you paracour around. It's basically the same as the rest of the game. It's like Genshin again, or it's like Phoenix Saga. It's like you just like. It's like here's a map and you get from here to here, and there's a shrine. It's just, and then all four of them are the same. This one's red, this one's blue, this one's gray, this one's water. You know what I mean? Like they call it water, but it's blue. Like in the old days, like you would go like the Fire Temple was badass, and you needed to go get the grappling hook to cross the river and shit. It was an adventure. Now it's like a tedious task. So, new Zelda, I give it like a B. B plus. It's like barely better than Genshin Impact. It's barely better than Planet Sucker. This game of Final Fantasy, I was afraid it was going to take the same path. And that's what leads us back to Final Fantasy. It's like, oh, no, not this too. But every other level or every third level is like that. Plus, you don't have to do them. You go straight to the main mission, and in between the chapters, it's kind of linear. Like you go through, there's nothing to do but go through the cave, so it becomes linear. They mix it all in, so like every style of game is within this game. So this game remains the boss. Final Fantasy VII remains the boss of all games. See?
When there is so much to tell, where should I even start? With all that we saw, what we heard, what we felt, this planet of ours, destiny, our part in it. The planet of its very essence, the life stream, and processed it for industry as Mako. Our world was dying, and so few could hear her cries for mercy. Those who could rose up in her defense. The anti-Shinra rebels, Avalanche. Among them, Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier hired by the Resistance to destroy Reactor 1. In Sector 8, amidst the aftermath of the attack, Cloud met a flower seller named Aerith. She offered him a yellow blossom, one said to symbolize reunion. And thus was destiny set in motion. With Reactor 1 gone, Avalanche set their sights on Mako Reactor 5. Unfortunately, they were playing right into Shinra's hands. The company was able to draw the wool over the people's eyes. And in the end, destroyed Sector 7, killing thousands and laying the blame at Avalanche's feet. Though dear friends were lost, Avalanche had no time to grieve. Aerith had struck a deal with Shinra, who took her into custody. With her capture, Shinra's obsession was within reach. The fabled Promised Land. For Aerith was the last of the Cetra, the ancient stewards of the planet, and only she could guide them to paradise. To save her, the team infiltrated the Shinra building, the company's beating heart.
Disabled.
It was here that I, another prisoner, joined their story and assisted them in freeing Aerith. Yet during our flight, we came face to face with a man thought dead. The vaunted war hero, Sephiroth. Before he could be stopped, Cloud's foe fled with the corpse of Genova, the cataclysm from the stars and the catalyst of our plight. Eventually, we too made good our escape. Pursuing troopers defeated, we raced toward Midgar's edge. Yet Sephiroth once again intervened. Suddenly, deafening screams rent the air. Whispers, the arbiters of fate, descended upon the city. Before their imposing wall, Aerith warned us. This was Destiny's crossroads. Every moment, every action, every step taken.
So my friend said you're not a video game
expert.
And see, I take exception to that. Like, I'm not saying that like
was to break free.
Playing video games is the right way to.
On the other side of fate,
no.
Sephiroth.
Don't call me not a video game. Like, you're not really getting to know me, man. The fact of the matter is, I've completed almost every Final Fantasy, every Zelda, every Mario title. I didn't beat all the Galaxy games, but I found it too frustrating around the circle. But I played every Super Mario Galaxy, every Super Mario game, and almost beat it all.
Beyond where fate could follow.
I didn't beat Odyssey either because I didn't like it. I was bored with it, man. But I beat most every Super Mario game from the beginning. Every Zelda game, most of the side games too. Most of the handheld games I've completed also. I beat God of War on hard mode. I beat those Star Wars games. A lot of them I beat on stream. I beat the new Star Wars on stream. Tales of Symphonia. I'm a hardcore gamer. I went to college to program games. I never finished though because of my depression and heart disease. It was like hard for me to finish college. And finances, I ran out of money. I was hoping Bernie Sanders would get elected and then I could go to college for free, but it's hard, man. So, but he's right though, there's no way to grow. Since the bear, so here, let me say this. Like you're looking for a woman who wants to start a family and have a baby. Maybe she is you. With right person. Yeah, I would like to meet a woman and start a family. So if you're a woman out there, you can